Is there anything, and I'll have each of you say this, is there anything that you want people who are involved in the marketing and selling of technology to know? Like, is it like, if I could just tell them this, here's what you need to know?
There isn't a broad brush you could paint all of this with. I think everything is different. Technology evolves and changes so quickly that we don't have a typical sales cycle. We don't have a typical anything. So the inertia or the momentum of any particular project it varies. Something could be fast track. Something could be more of a slow measured discussion. So at the end of the day, it's still always about what value can you bring and can you portray that value to the end customer, such that they'll actually view you as a partner in solving that problem.
Okay. All right. So be a partner, not a sales guy.
And mine would be know thy product. Both its good points and its bad points. And don't be shy to talk about that. Because if you don't, and you shouldn't say, our product is bad, but if there's something that's a difficult integration, if there's an integration point, if there's a prerequisite, if it fits within a larger set of solutions, or it expects a certain ecosystem underneath it, you should let your customers know up front, and just being honest with them. And again, getting back to the partnership side of it, because eventually if we buy that product, you only get one sale, and it's better to have one satisfied customer versus 100 dissatisfied customers.
Sure.
You'll get 10 times the marketing exposure to that. And I think sometimes the vendors walk in knowing that there are certain dependencies, and they feel that may hamper them in their sales. So they tend not to bring those up initially, and you shouldn't, on it, like any first date, you shouldn't bring up your bad points. But as you start building that relationship, you should feel comfortable with, treating, your customer as, as a confidant, and talk to them in realistic terms. Because, if someone comes in and says, this is going to be very easy for you, bring it in, you'll have very little integration costs, and I come in and it turns out I have to spend $100 million to get something to work, I'm going to be very, very dissatisfied. They just don't want to go down that route of the dissatisfied customer.
Yeah.
So it's being honest and knowing what their product really does, and being honest about it up front.
Okay.
I know I've been in the vendor space before, and you're encouraged not to, to always promote the positive.
Oversell the weakness.
Well, bring the positive aspects into it, and that's fine. And like I said, if it's a dependency or if it's a certain ecosystem you expect, just be honest and let folks know. I think IT people will respect that and will not really discount you for that. In fact, you'll probably get more.
Well, provided that the problem is solvable.
Yeah,
this doesn't actually.
Well, if they have a problem that's not solvable, they should be working on that before they come here.
Please
anyway.
go back to the lab and complete your product.
But I think they'll get a lot more kudo points if they come in and tell us, and then that's how you become a strategic partner. I mean, when I have strategic vendors, they come in and they are very honest with us. They tell us, where their product is going. If they have conflicting products in the same space, they explain to us what the differentiation is.
They can give you some insight on which systems management product is actually
on a first buy, it's more difficult.
Sure.
But still, it should be something they strive for.
Okay. All right. Outstanding. Well, I would like to thank the two gentlemen for joining us here today. Again, it was Randall Gamby and Kevin Stokes. My name is John Brown. Thanks for joining us.